Look like we in there. Yay! Yo, top of the morning, bro. Here we are about to have this casual conversation with none other than the one, the only Dr. Gene White, aka my brother BG. What up, bro?
Yo, yo, what it do? Got me up early in this morning. I would like to be asleep right now, but my brother said, "Hey, let's do it." So, so
Long time I've been waiting for this, bruh. As you take your sip,
I know, right? I gotta have my morning brew decaffeinated.
ain't no point in having no morning coffee on decaf.
I like the taste, man. I've been on my little health journey, so you know, I had to cut out some of the caffeine, some of the sugar. So I still like the taste of it, get it, without the actual effects.
Yeah, it's called an addict, bro, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Man, bro, top of the top to you, man. It is Saturday morning, and we up, and both of us have already been disturbed by these kids. Oh my goodness!
100%.
And if you've been disturbed, that means the wife been disturbed. It's the same on my end. I'm in here and I hear
Yes,
her getting on to them out there. I said, boy, I just can't get right. Just can't get right. Can't get right.
100%. Absolutely.
You know what's amazing? When I met you, you had no children of your own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you met me, I had one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I got three, and you got one.
Yes, absolutely.
And the effects that they've had on our lives, man.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, I heard a comedian say that he said having a boy, um, like you'll do anything for your kids. Like you'll have a boy, like you'll go out and you'll do anything for your son. But then if you have a girl, you turn into a murderer like overnight. Because like you actually go out and kill somebody over that girl. Yeah. And so yeah.
yeah, kids will
It,
change your life, man.
they feel it's real. It's real.
Yeah, that's real. And the reason like this whole conversation is able to happen though, man, is because literally you've had an impact even on my own life. And
Mm,
it's not because of parenthood, it's because literally a brotherhood, man. Like I watched you go from your bachelor's to your master's to your PhD. I've watched you go from one scenario in one state to another in another state to another in another state. It's just like I watched you literally go from just who you were to who you are, but only becoming who you were meant to be. And you're still becoming just like all of us. So it's just like, man, the conversation is something that should have been had on camera because you know me and you we talk
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and it ain't
For
5 minutes.
hours.
So
For hours. Yes, absolutely.
yeah, it was funny is see Papa.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Come in the door waving.
it's funny because you know you and I we it's just casual conversation. That's what we do. But then when this microphone turned on, we were still just casual, you know. But I can
Mm-hmm.
see the shift when his camera is on and we're in front of others. I
Mm-hmm.
can see him like, oh, this that professional side of my brother. Oh,
You got to show up.
yeah, it's what you call posture.
Mm,
So you have posture, position, and posterity. Your posture is your internal uprightness, how you carry yourself, how you believe what you believe, why you believe it, and how it shows up on the outside of you. This is your disposition. But your position is your role and responsibilities. See, without the proper posture, you will not maintain your position appropriately. You ever had a bad boss? It's like, bro, you don't even deserve that position. Cause you
More than a couple.
they lack the posture.
Hmm.
And posterity is literally legacy. Because by definition, posterity is those who come after you. So legacy is life examples gained after considering you. Your posterity is your legacy. And I get to witness it so often in so many people's lives. It's like, not intentional. You thought you were, but you weren't. Your position is needed in one place, but you're not showing up there. So your posterity is one thing, but your position is unaware. And that is the problem most of the time. So to watch you and see how you move in just the slightest bit, it's like, uh, there's a positioning because of the posterity. Baby girl in there. But there's a position also because of the posture. That's who you are.
Hmm.
What a privilege and an honor, man.
Absolutely, 100%. You out here early in the morning breaking down everything, but that's because that's who you are. It doesn't even matter if it's 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, 8 in the morning. You out here breaking it down.
That's a fact, bro.
That is who you are. I never leave a conversation without a little nugget or a gem that came from you that I have to go back and think about. Like, bro, he just wait, did he just hold on? Let me go back and think about this again. Like, I literally want to take a recording, voice recording, like every conversation that we have, because there is just so many gems that you drop, and you do it second nature. Like you're just right off the. And I was like, well, how did he think about these things? And then you have me questioning myself, and I was like, God, I need to be smarter. Like I need to try to figure this stuff out because it comes so second nature to you. So yeah, you're a savant, my guy.
I appreciate you. The doctor telling me he need to be smarter.
Hey, yes, 100%.
That is hilarious, man. Nah, you are who you need to be. I appreciate it. I honestly, it's one of those drawbacks. It's like people be wanting to have surface level conversation. Like I don't know how to do it. Like if I did, I would. Like if I
Mhm,
actually knew how to just shoot the breeze and talk the weather and all of that stuff, I would. But for me, it's like, why are we talking if there is no value being exchanged? I don't
mhm,
understand that. I can't like I was reading yesterday, I was studying and it was dealing with I was studying Proverbs
mhm,
because I made a connection. I said, "Oh my goodness. Whoa. Wisdom. Wisdom personified is presented as a woman.
mhm,
But wisdom is not just presented as a woman.
mhm,
Wisdom is also presented as a messenger. But wisdom is not only presented as a messenger. Wisdom is also presented as a message.
mhm,
So get wisdom. It's the principal thing, it's the chief thing. And in all you're getting, get understanding. But wisdom and understanding are inseparable. So I'm just reading this and I'm like, bruh, if wisdom is a messenger personified, it is the personification that positions wisdom as a messenger. Because apart from the personification, wisdom is the message. This means as a human, we are all, by definition, default, and all, messengers. You're carrying a message.
mhm,
Whether you want to talk about encoded messages, you want to talk about signal, we want to talk about the neurology of it all. Like literally, you have messages being shot within like time that I can't even comprehend how fast it is. It's just all based on messages. So my biggest thing is just not being a scam. Scam standing for secretly carrying a message. Like you should be aware of the messages you are putting out. Because if you're unaware of the messages you're putting out, you're also unaware of how you may be possibly self sabotaging yourself by default.
mhm.
So my words matter because your words matter. And I need to hear you appropriately and I need to be heard and understood appropriately. Why not speak with value? because the value of a person is perceived based on the quality of the message that they give.
So if you're secretly concealing a message or keeping a message, is that the same thing as being unaware of the message that you're sending out? Because if I keep a secret, I am aware of that secret that I'm actually keeping. But if I'm unaware of that message that I'm actually keeping, or if I'm unaware of the message itself, then how do I keep it a secret from somebody else intentionally?
That's a great question, man. So, just because you have a secret doesn't mean you're aware of the secret.
Mm,
Someone could be using you to transport something on their behalf. And when you show up secretly carrying it, you have no idea that they put that on you. Is why people say, but it ain't mine. That's not mine. It's like, oh, really?
Officer, I promise this is not mine. They was riding in the car with me.
Yeah, like, whoa, but you were secretly carrying that. So
Yeah.
there are secrets that we all carry. That's why people want to deep dive. Like, there are secrets of the mind that people are still trying to uncover. They know it's a secret. They just don't know. It's like secrets of the universe. It's the secrets of all the we just because it's a secret doesn't mean we're aware of it. We're trying to
Hmm.
find it. That's why they search and frisk individuals. You secretly carrying something through TSA, they gonna find it. Yeah, you may
Hmm.
not have known it was on you, but guess what? You gonna find out.
The little multi tool that you had in your bag when you forgot as you were packing that it was still there. So it's got screwdrivers
Yeah,
and
you
your little
going.
knife.
Are they gonna take it
Yeah,
or you going? One of the two. So it's just like,
sir, I got that from my father. Can I at least know? Just you give it here.
but that's a great question, man. Secrets.
Hmm.
There are so many things, but I like how you use conceal. When you conceal something, that's intentional. That's not incidental. That's not accidental. That's intentional. So if you are
Hmm.
concealing a message, that's equivalent to concealing a weapon. Sometimes your message is exactly what someone else needs in order to keep going. That's why I call it a scam.
Hmm.
Your message may be a meal for somebody else. Like, and they're starving for it. They are literally dying to hear what it is that you have been tailor made to give. Your whole story, everything that you've experienced and the way that you see it, the way that you've adjusted your perspective about it, the way that you have gone through it, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the worst, all of it, you have literally been customized for such a time as the one when you will be in front of the person who needs to hear that message. So that is nourishment, it's sustenance. It's exactly what they have been craving and needing and desiring, and they don't know it. They just know I'm tired of going through all of this, dealing with what I'm dealing with. I don't know that there's another way, but I feel like it has to be. I'm stuck where I'm at and I can't move because I'm malnourished. I don't know how long I got to go. And then here you come, casually giving your message. And then boom, they feel like they done ate from the tree of life.
Hmm.
You know why?
Things second nature.
The second nature has produced the divine nature.
Mm.
There's this psalm in the Bible. It says, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. But then we look at that like, okay, if I delight myself in him, then he'll give me the desires of my heart. Okay, okay. Then you go to Proverbs, and then you see hope deferred makes the heart sick. This is where anxiety, fear, overwhelm, exhaustion, like literally worry, everything that would cause a person to be depressed, down in the dumps, and all of that. It makes the heart sick. Your sick heart is a broken spirit. So somebody is unable to move forward when their heart's broken. So a sick heart is not something to play with. People die from a broken heart. So hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a desire fulfilled is a tree of life. That's what it says. So if somebody been literally like, I'm just gonna trust God, I'm gonna trust God, I'm gonna keep trusting him, I'm gonna keep trusting him. Okay, okay. He gave you the message.
Mm.
He sent you to them to give them what? The desires of their heart. What? Yeah, and a desire fulfilled is a tree of life. What? So
Mm.
now they feel nourished, refreshed, rejuvenated, restored, and reminded that they can keep going because he who is in me is greater than he who is in the world. So they're reminded, they're reinforced, they're encouraged, they're strengthened, all because of a message that you had to go through what you went through to develop and give it to that one person. And that one person could be the one to impact millions.
Mm.
Or just one more person. And that person could be connected to your offspring, your posterity. And you won't, 7 degrees, 6 degrees, 5 degrees, 4 degrees separation, whatever. You have no idea. But all you're doing the whole time is carrying a message, delivering a message. We are all messengers, man. Yeah.
Yo, it's deep. That's 8:30 in the morning deep right there. Love it.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, that's a great question as far as if you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The whole self awareness side of it is like the cure to ignorance is knowledge and understanding. If you don't ever get knowledge and understanding, then you'll never become wise. Yet at the same time, sometimes wisdom reminds you or informs you that the knowledge you had was very limited.
Mm-hmm.
And a limited perspective will always produce unlimited assumptions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I see, and I've encountered people in my life where they, for me, so I am always, always learning. I am picking up something new. I'm on YouTube University. I am picking up a journal article and kind of going through my doctorate. I did a lot of the reading of journal articles and just it teaches you about just asking questions. And so I'm always asking a new question. Now, granted, a lot of my learning deals with technology and just digital things and what can I do if I have this question. Like if I'm making music, it's like, okay, I want to learn this particular piece of it. So can I go out and is there a YouTube video that is out for that? What I have found is that I now look for videos first because it's more satisfaction, it's instant gratification within 7 minutes than me actually going looking for a manual or to go out and read the guide for it. But that's because of the convenience. I've always thought that the world started going downhill with the invention of the microwave because no longer do you have to wait for the oven to heat up or turn the burner on. You can put a pot pie either in the oven and wait for it, or you can instantly get it in like a minute and a half in a microwave. So at that point, now we as a community, we want stuff fast. We want instant gratification. We want to know what, not just what are you doing for me lately, but what can you do for me now?
Mm.
And I found myself when I'm looking at things and I'm learning stuff that I'm looking at video first, but I also have to be aware that there's a lot more in these books that are back here that I need to take, go in and look at. making myself like there's that green book right behind my ear there, that $100 million offers, the Hormozy book. Well, I have the audio version of it too, but I guarantee you I have listened to the audio book fast, and I've actually taken that book and picked it up and read it. Um,
Mm.
but I said all that to say, because you were talking about people who, the cure for ignorance would be in seeking knowledge. I've met lots of people throughout my life who just, they won't even go and to YouTube and look up the knowledge. Like they would rather sit in the, I don't know how to do it, or it's too much for me to do, versus actually going out and getting the instant gratification, or take a few minutes just to learn one piece of it. And I am a I'm a victim of this myself, where I want to take on big tasks in one chunk versus breaking them down, and to take the steps needed to get there, make the 1%, the 2% advances every day, versus like going from 0 to 95. Like, I don't have to be at 100, but I want to go from 0 to like at least 85, 95 in the next step, because I want to see those results. And so, no, I think that is, I've definitely met people like that, but I'm like, man, the knowledge is out there. You got to just go get it, and it's there for you to consume.
There is so much I could dissect from that, but I'm not gonna do
I
it.
already know.
I'm not gonna do it. Um, I want to actually delve into what you just said a little bit more. For you to be the person who's curious about a lot, very curious, wanting to know, how did you go through the whole process of acquiring your doctorate if your preference is the convenience of the information? It's the actual form. It's not necessarily the convenience of it. It's the method of how you prefer to receive the data. If your
Hmm.
preference is video, this more than likely means you're an auditory learner. You prefer to hear it rather than to open up a book and read it. You don't have a problem with reading. You're not illiterate. It's just your preference is the way that God has done things since the beginning. Like literally, we complain about instant gratification, well, the first thing you ever see in the beginning is called instant messaging. Because he
Big
sent the
time.
message. The message was
Uh-huh.
clearly received. He created the universe. They're like, the universe is, he created the universe. The creator created the universe. So the message was received after the message was sent. And
Hmm.
you talking about instant messaging, it's like we want instant gratification because gratitude is a platitude of an attitude where we understand the latitude of where it came from. So the destination of the words that were
Bars.
spoken were received. Message received.
Hmm.
Well, that means you were meant to be a messenger, and you also were meant to be a recipient of messages. And the way that you prefer to receive messages is exactly how you get to your destination faster. If you do something outside of your actual role of how you were meant to be, it don't work out well. Things just don't get done right. It's like, bruh, if you are a whole 125 pounds, 5'2", it is not reasonable to expect you to be a sumo wrestler. That's not your role. No, no, no. One day I'm going to. Why don't let's not change the person. Let's change the role that they fit into. Because the role that it is literally handcrafted and prepared and divinely orchestrated for you is going to be within your 125 5'2" self. And there's nothing wrong with your 125 5'2" self. The thing is, you trying to figure out how you can stop being 125 and 5'2". Well, one thing you can control is that 125. I ain't gonna lie. You can't control that 5'2". You 40. So I don't know what you thought was gonna happen. You can put all the platforms and all that stuff you want to put on. You gonna live life on stilts? It's not gonna work. It's an inconvenience and
Hey,
it's an irresponsibility because what you should have been doing at 125 and 5.2 the whole time is what you have been delaying and denying and running from the whole time. So
it
don't
worked
change
for
the
my guy
person,
Prince, though.
change the role.
Yes, sir.
What'd you say, man?
It worked for my guy Prince, though. In the platform joints, and he's about what 5'2", 125.
But that
You
was
should
his
have been a
role.
musician, not a sumo wrestler. So
Right. He wouldn't try to be no sumo. It's inappropriate. It's unacceptable. It's unrealistic.
mhm,
So with that being understood, you prefer to receive information auditorily. You also prefer to present information auditorily.
mhm.
So if your preference of presentation gets you results, I don't see what the problem is.
True. This is true. You asked the question about the doctorate program, getting through that piece of it. So I use a lot of technology. My iPad was probably my best friend in it. So I was finishing up my doctoral program kind of at the launch of AI getting popular. ChatGPT launched probably the end of the semester before I actually finished my degree. I think it launched or it got popular November, December of 22. And I finished up my degree in spring of 23. Um, but a lot of like my lit review and stuff, a lot of that stuff was already done. But the thing that I did was for me was I actually just had to slow down. So I enjoy cigars. And so as I was going through having to read through journal articles, having to find journal articles, I would mostly enjoy those when I would sit down with a cigar and I would be just kind of out on the porch and I would look at the clouds. I would smoke my cigar and I would be reading the journal articles on my iPad, where I know some of my students and other people that like I've worked with that are going through doctors, like they like the paper, so they print out huge books of journals and they have them laid out so that they can highlight and do all those things. Well, I leverage technology. There's also an app that was, I think it was less popular then, that I'm starting to see a lot more commercials now and celebrity influencers things talking about, but Speechify. This was before the Snoop Dogs and Mr. Beast and things like that were actually talking about Speechify, but I had dabbled with Speechify so that I could actually take a look at those articles, or it may have been an app that was similar to it, but it was basically an app that takes that article and it would read it out so that I could listen to that. So it was a lot of me leveraging technology, but I've been doing that since finishing up my bachelor's degree because if I could buy a book on Kindle instead of actually buying a physical book, well, I can take this iPad and I got it everywhere I go. And so I don't have to carry around backpacks and all that kind of stuff because I have my books wherever I need to. I can still highlight. I can utilize apps like Readwise or some of those other apps to where I can take and highlight things and save what I highlighted over into Notion using some automation there. Things that I've highlighted, I had it set up to where I could go back in and just review my notes because each morning it gave me a daily digest of what I had previously read. So I almost gamified it for myself to make it interesting to me. So it's like, what else can I do outside of this boring piece of literature? Where another kind of my, I guess it's not a pet peeve, but because I tend to write like this now as well. But I used to always get mad when I read journal articles because instead of saying that the brown cat went up the hill, they would change up all the words to make them sound so smart. This feline traversed up the incline of the topography of it. I was like, the brown cat went up the hill. Like, just how come you can't just write that? And so that in itself would always piss me off basically as well. And so then I have to read this, but then also now I got to take and get the insights from it Then I need to try to synthesize what my thoughts are on these pieces to try to pull all this stuff together. But what helped me was slowing down and taking the time to do something that I enjoy while doing something that I'm not really too particular on doing at the moment, but then also leveraging technology.
Whoa. So this is what I heard you say. You got your doctorate the same way you got your undergrad. You delighted in what you do while doing what you had to digest. So as you were digesting the information, you were doing something that you delighted in. You connected the two because in separately, you would have been like, bro, it's hard to stay focused. Like this is like I'd rather be making some music or something. But in the process of becoming the person, you were doing what you enjoyed while doing what you didn't want to do. I think you just gave one of the biggest nuggets and major keys.
Mm,
Like you don't have to do everything apart from what you enjoy doing in order to become the person that is so prestige, that's so respected. You put them that DR on the front of it, like it's like you're literally your Dr. Gene White
Junior. Don't forget the junior.
Jr.
There was one that came before me and he was greater than me. So when you put that junior on my name, that gives honor to the one who came before me. So I was, yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to your pops. So
Yes, sir.
when we really break this down, man, you just, oh, we at the end of our time, but you just literally helped me immensely
Mm,
because I didn't realize this is a part of what I do. When I first started creating videos and doing all that stuff, bro, I had to make sure I put my music in it. And it was my music that allowed me to keep doing it. Otherwise, like, man, I'm getting on this camera. Y'all ought to see my original stuff. I was shy. I was on the camera. I was about 240 pounds. I'm 175 now. But it's just like the journey to becoming was was uncomfortable. But in order to, it's not about seeking comfort, it's about seeking where you're already competent as you are building confidence. You literally did the work while doing what you enjoy, even if it's something as simple. That's literally what they call a focus tool. The thing
mm.
that you desire and delight in is what you use as a focus tool so that you can get through what it was you were doing. That's a gem. You talking about me, bruh. You just said, hey, if you want to get your PhD, just go find what you enjoy doing and do it while doing the work. It's like listening to music you enjoy while cleaning up the house.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yes, sir.
Man, and that is my time. I hear them alarms going off in the kids, bro. Hey, what y'all don't know is this is not the end. We have more to come. You got any final words, man, on that? Like, golly, you're amazing, bro.
I appreciate it, Doc. Appreciate it. I'm just trying to be like you when I grow up. You know what I mean?
I guess them your final words. Well, shoot,
Hey, this is
y'all.
my final words. Hey, let's go. Appreciate the invite. I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Absolutely my pleasure, man. Until next time, y'all. Bye for now. Peace.